I took the role as the hardware engineer and get all the keycard wiring in place, and Stefan really put in some work to get the software as close to any Zephyr application as we teach our customers. So he's also good into testing and all the PyTest harnesses and stuff like that. So he also spent some time to really not build the software for just this chip, but Zephyr has this nice thing called native sim, where you can basically run and compile your Zephyr application for your host machine, and then run basically your real application, but on your host machine, which gives you really fast development cycles to try things. And of course, you don't have an RGB strip, for example, that you can simply connect to. But Stefan then just wrote a custom driver to be a mock LED strip. So that way he can hook into the APIs and really test that if you press the button and then yellow LEDs should be lit up, then at least the bytes are sent out on the bus in the correct order to make the WS2212 LEDs shine in yellow. And that way he managed to split up and divide the application quite some good architectural way that we can really switch on subsystems, as we call them, as we need, and also test them independently, so that you basically do your full software development process mostly on your host machine, and then flash it to the target from time to time to verify if it's really working. So that was his part of things.
So it's you and Stefan, just a team of two?
Yeah, basically. So it's just us two. We had some help who was a bit responsible for all the features that went into the coffee caller from Tobias Kästner. I think the people who are a bit into Zephyr and on LinkedIn saw his face quite often these days. He's the safety architect for the Zephyr project itself. He's also a software architect for quite some years, and agile hardware was also one of his favorite playgrounds. So he always tried to get hardware development as agile as software development, and tries with this project we tried some workflows we then can tell our customers. So hey, we have some workflows where you can really also have quick development cycles for your hardware, so that all the software engineers don't have to wait 3 or 4 months until the next hardware revision is there to test out if the software is working. It went from a pet project to software development playground for all of us. That's why we have 4 buttons and 4 more LEDs and a lot of pin headers that you can connect stuff to, and also servo motors. So that's where all these ideas came from.